I just want to talk about what really led to this. What led to me being in front of the camera versus me being behind the camera. Like I told y'all in one of the videos, I was behind the camera. I'm behind the scenes. You know, not too much of a loud guy. Not really volunteer of, I'll speak first. When it's time to speak, it's time to speak. And I do speak. I speak to be heard. But what led up to this was me just facing the facts, facing reality. Pretty much all throughout my life, I was on the peculiar side. Like, I wasn't a popular kid. Didn't really have too many friends. It seemed like I was just, odd, peculiar, different. As an adult, I found myself being too mindful, doing stuff for the sake of. Like I told y'all, it's not nobody really doing what I do like that to the degree that I do. Like I really want to be serious about this. I'm hearing the information. I'm putting the information into play. I'm not playing around. Like I said, I do get weak. I had those weak times. I eat some chips here and there. I just had to face the facts that it's not really no one really. I won't say on my level, but nobody's living a plant-based life. Then on the conscious side, man, people pretty much in a coma around here. That's why I say God do all the, that's God power, because you can clearly show someone something. Like the evidence, I can open up my phone, like, hey, look at this, and clearly show someone, hey, this, that, and the third. This is a lie. This is the truth, and still no response. I had an incident recently, man. I was telling someone something, they just chuckled. I'm looking at them like, what funny? Now, if you don't know or whatever, go and find out. But yeah, if it sound odd to your ears, just hold your peace. But I'm telling you something for a reason. I ain't wasting my breath. For one, I don't even like being around people. Like I'm not really trying to persuade no one. I'm trying to render aid to someone who knows they need help. Type, not just be up in someone who's doing something totally different, who has no interest. That's kind of like wasting my pearls. But I just, I just be lonely. Like, they say, if God be with you, you got God in your life, you're never alone. I understand that. But that don't take away from the fact that I feel the way I feel, as far as me being flesh. I do experience loneliness. I experience abandonment and the way I feel betrayed. So me getting up and making a video, yeah, it's information. I'm informing and I'm trying to educate to the best of my knowledge. But this is also therapeutic for me. This is like me venting. If need be, I can watch my own videos and pull from my own energy. It seems like when I do get to talking, I be saying so much. It's like I want to be poured into sometimes. So drop a couple of videos. If I feel down, man, I can watch some of my own videos. Yeah, like I say, it just what I'm doing. I put it like this. It don't matter. It don't matter if people don't do what I do. I'm not about to stop doing what I'm doing and pick another interest because other people are doing it. That's just being true to myself. Like, okay, I live out here in the South. Everybody want to stuff their face with meat and cheese, which is, one of the worst things for you. So I just sit, I just study things, I just look up things, I just do me. I practice my knowledge. Now that I have, I practice it. you have no knowledge, you can't practice nothing. So you know, pretty much be like a robot. You be exactly what you were intended to be, not by your maker. If that makes sense, without me saying anything too much. But yeah, I do deal with loneliness. I feel like I'm a leader. I had some guys who were over me as far as taking advice. I feel strongly they let me down. Or whether they see us or not, I mean, it is what it is. I do feel that way. I'm not one of these, you know, like when I was heavily in the church, you know, the church is filled with mostly females. I wasn't one of these females in a situation and heavily emotional. I do get emotional, but when I come to someone, I'm not coming for them to address my emotion. I'm coming to get help with the problem that caused my emotion. You know, back when I was in my 20s, you know, just trying to strive and do the right thing. I just had people wasn't even answering the phone for me, giving me short answers. At the time, you know, my money wasn't like what I wanted it to be. I don't know if that had something to do with it. The fact that I couldn't do too much for no one at the time, I don't know. But I felt abandoned. I felt betrayed. I felt let down. You know, so I just really poured into myself, invested in myself. And on top of that, I have been a victim of false information. That's something that really has, you know, had me bothered throughout the years. When you want to do something so bad and you seek help from someone and they give you the wrong information and you're kind of like in a do or die situation, or you're in an all-out frame mind state. You know, you don't really have too many options. And you go and invest some money trying to, you know, follow up on something that seemed to be a sure thing coming out of somebody else's mouth, and the whole time it wasn't even that. I don't want to do anybody like that, and I hope people don't have to suffer like I had to suffer behind this. These little things used to happen in life, like especially medical. Go to the doctor. Same doctors when I had a lymph node on the back of my neck that swelled up. Remember I told y'all I had the lymph node problem. Like I say, come from years of bad dieting when I was a kid. But I remember the doctors. I went to the hospital and told them I didn't even know I didn't even know it was a lymph node. I just know I had a mass on the back of my neck. And instead of them knowing where a lymph node should be or whatever, they just went ahead and cut me. Cut me just to find out ain't nothing come out, and that's a dang lymph node. Like, you know, that's all. After that, I was like, man, they couldn't answer the questions. That's one thing about me. I'm where I'm at now because I had to suffer a consequence behind trusting on someone, relying on someone. I had to suffer. So I don't want to suffer no more, and I don't want people to suffer what I had to suffer. So I go and I learn things. I learn things of my interest. Some of the things that I come across, I may come across something else that may become useful to someone else. But yeah, I'm here because of that. Everything happened for a reason. Stuff like this, I tried to avoid. You know, there's so much hatred and stuff going out. But I feel like God will back me up with this act of faith that I have done by getting in front of the camera and being an encouragement and sharing my experience with y'all. Y'all just pray for me. I get lowly sometimes. But I can't be equally unyoked neither. I just see so much examples. Like I'm the type person, I used to get in, you know, trouble. Everyone had their little fits, but when I did open my eyes and and kept them open as far as paying attention. When I started paying attention, I started collecting a lot of notes. You know, I want to be happy. I don't want to just be with someone. Like right now, yeah, I do want to be with someone, but just because I feel that way don't mean I'm about to give tryouts. And I don't even know, like, I put it like this. Like, as far as these dating and stuff, you can have a 5-minute conversation with someone and that'll let you know if you want to, like, go on a date. But for you to just see someone and, oh, y'all, no, I wouldn't even waste none of that time. You know, everything that sparkles is not gold. For real. But yeah, I just want to be an encouragement to y'all. I don't want anybody doing anything over their emotions. I want everybody to flourish, really. I don't want to pass down no false information. Like I say, that you don't know what can happen to you for like lying to someone, and not necessarily intentionally lying. It is some people that like to talk or whatever, or like to experiment with your time. It's like on some, like, oh, it's like flip a coin. You may be successful, you may not be. If you is, I'm gonna take the credit for it. Type, you know, I be thinking people maybe, I don't know if they think like that or what, but I just don't understand what's the purpose of telling someone something that you ain't even did. Like, just passing along, or you didn't even see work for someone else. Like, you just, don't do that to people, y'all. Please, do not do that. Like, man, everybody don't have these resources. Everybody do not have no family members with money, and, like, you know, some people, some stuff happen. Boy, you better have some credit. You better hope a finance company or somebody help you out. You better hope your bank account ain't in overdraft. You better hope the bank can, you know. But yeah, I'm up here just trying to be some type of guidance. Just trying to be something in somebody's life that they can say, hey, man, that really helped me out. I appreciate that, young man. I want to be that type of guy. I want to bring something to the table. I want to feel like I'm worth something. But, you know, it's just in my environment, though. So, I mean, yeah, of course, you know, they say, even in the scripture, they be like, like a prophet is not received in his own town or something like that. Pretty much what I got out of that, I mean, you know, your hometown, they ain't going, it seems like they don't really support you in too much in that. Like, you know, but there's somebody out there that's going to appreciate me. And I know these things. There's somebody out there this can really penetrate something that's in their life and it really shake something up for them. So I'm just out here doing something, not just doing nothing. I hope I really touch somebody. I hope I really impact somebody's life. I have been impacted by multiple YouTubers. So hopefully this can be something like returning a favor. But hey, I'm here for a reason. I didn't put myself here. You know, I feel like this was something that was already prepared. Just as simple as me walking. I get a little bit more in depth with my little life stories. I just want to be led in what I do say. Like I said, I have volumes and volumes of stories and stuff that I have extracted from situations, and I can be a big help to people. We all should be looking to help in some way. Like even when I was a little jit, I used to be out there. I used to hang with older cats, but we used to get up on the weekend because they had jobs, and I was pretty much doing nothing. But I was always like on the solid side. I wanted to make sure I had some type of money so I can, you know, participate in the vibe. I wasn't that type that, you know, wanted to be around someone when I wasn't straight. When I wasn't straight, I just disappeared and stay home. But I used to always want to make sure I could have bring something to the table. So even now I'm like that. I'm not like a leech or a scavenger or someone. I'm not dead weight. Like I said, we talk about this unity stuff, be unified, but be something to be joined to. You got to be qualified as something to be joined to, not just someone who want to be on a team. That's another thing I need to speak on that needs to be touched. Like, you know,